Welcome to Kelowna Now Live. I'm Jim Check. I'm here with Marcy Zychek, and we have a really special guest in here today. We have Deion, an NBA agent. Maybe explain a little bit about what that is and how that works.
For sure. I appreciate you guys having me on here. So, I'm an NBA player agent, so I'm certified by the Players Association to represent NBA players, so super excited to be on here.
Yeah, I'm excited. I actually invited him on. I'm so excited to have you on. I just want to know, how did this begin?
Yeah, so I got a bit of a weird story. So basketball wasn't my first love, actually. I was a snowboarder. So I was actually trying to do the Olympics for snowboarding. Ended up coming short in 2018, like a couple spots short there. Was like, okay, I need to go to school, do something with my life, but I didn't really want to go to school and just be a student. So I decided to walk on to the basketball team there. Ended up playing 3 years, kind of went throughout those years and be like, okay, I want to take this to the highest level, but I'm not talented enough to do it as the talent. So I just started to research different ways on how to kind of get to the league and kind of get into the higher levels. So I decided being an agent's kind of the best way to do that. And then, so got my degree, went through the whole certification process with the Players Association, and then kind of got thrown into the deep end.
So what college did you play at?
I went to Ambrose University in Calgary, a private university there. So.
Oh, yeah, awesome. That's great.
School.
Yeah. That's crazy that you started with snowboarding. Yeah.
Yeah, kind of random.
Yeah. So what's the NBA like? What's it like working for them?
So I don't work for the NBA directly, but kind of working in the whole ecosystem is a blessing, honestly. It's amazing. Could kind of be able to talk to the different GMs that kind of when I was younger that I looked up to, like, oh, like this is so cool. Like Brad Stevens, for example, with the Celtics. I always watched him when he was coaching there, and now I have him as a contact on my phone and kind of try to do work with him. So it's pretty awesome.
So your mom calls you Jerry Maguire?
Yeah, my mom calls me Jerry Maguire. Pretty much every older person that I see walking around kind of say, hey, it's Jerry Maguire. But
so he had a struggle because he went down to one player. Yeah. You're saying you have one player right now in the NBA, but you represent others as well? Or
yeah.
You're trying to get there? Or?
I have a couple other guys. I have one guy playing down in Australia right now in the NBL 1, and then I have a couple other guys that we just went through the draft process, and we're trying to get them placed on teams overseas to develop to kind of get their shot. But yeah.
So how do you go about doing that? How do you get a player signed, one, and then how do you go about getting players kind of like on a team?
Yeah, for sure. So in my position, it's a little bit different just because I'm not a big-time agency. It's just me, myself. I have my business partner I work with, Kenny Johnson, out of Philly. He does a lot of the scouting and recruiting for me. So I don't really have the power to go after these lottery picks or first-round type of picks. I have to kind of go after the underrated guys that no one really knows about and say, listen, hey, I believe in you. I believe you could be this good. Just no one believes it yet.
Right.
You just got to kind of believe in me too.
So how close is that Jerry Maguire movie to what you do?
It's accurate, but it's accurate because every agent does that, but I just haven't been in that position yet. So in his position, he's working with an older player, kind of get one more deal left in his career, kind of try to get paid a lot of money for that last one. And the situation with him was he was actually trying to get a younger kid drafted, got poached by a different agent, and everyone left him but the older guy. So, I mean, it is accurate because he was grinding, trying to make sure that his older guy's taken care of and his older guy performs to get that opportunity that he wants for him. But it's accurate, but it's not what I'm doing, I guess.
So your role is you sign a player, and then you kind of negotiate the contract for that player, I guess, and then you kind of you're his voice or advocate.
Absolutely. And for me, too, it's a little bit more than that because I have a smaller client list. So I'm really a day-to-day almost manager for my guys. And it's almost like we're family. So we have a big group chat with all the support systems we have set up for them. And really it's just making sure that everything off the court's taken care of, whether that's his businesses, whether that's personal life, everything that's taken care of by us, so he can just go out there and perform and do what he does best.
So it's kind of an odd place to be doing this, though, no? Kelowna?
Yeah, Kelowna's definitely...
we have one NBA team in Canada. I think they're trying to get a second one, right?
Hopefully.
That's a bit of a dream, right? But so why not move to the States then, or...?
I am Canadian, so I'm from Calgary. So kind of back to your question on why I'm in Kelowna is I consider this place to be the best place in Canada to be located. And with my job, I have to travel all around the States anyway. So I was kind of like, where in Canada do I want to locate myself? Because I have to travel anyway.
It's a beautiful city.
100%. Like, look at this, beautiful out here.
It's a beautiful city.
So that's why I'm here, just because I'm like, I got to travel anyways. I go to LA a lot, so it's close. I am going to have to move to the States eventually, I think. There's just a lot of the immigration and all that stuff I kind of got to deal with. But I also love Canada, too, so I don't really want to.
So how many clients do you have?
I have 4 clients right now.
4, wow.
And then 1 client's playing in the G League.
So like 4 people you have to manage their everyday life.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's it like when you like organize things? Like you pretty.
Yeah. So every relationship I have with my clients is different. So one guy might need to be checked in on more than another guy, or one guy might like to be checked in on. So it's exciting. So I mean, I don't know. It's interesting for sure. I got to deal with a lot of situations. Like I'll give one example. I was down at LA a couple weeks ago, and we had an early morning flight out to Orlando right after one of my clients got drafted, and I was like, listen, like we got to make our flight. So I text him at 4 a.m. He says he's going to come by at 4:30. I say, you up? Nothing. And then end up having to go wake him up at his house. So, I mean, stuff like that happens, but that's just kind of part of the job. And I don't mind doing it too, just because I want to make sure my guys succeed as well. So I don't really want to hang him out to dry.
I think Marcy mentioned earlier before we came on live here that are you looking for other than NBA as well, like players like NHL or anything like that? Or
yeah, long term, I do want to go into different sports, but right now I am still starting out, so I'm pretty new. I really want to just understand and kind of get more experience in one sport and kind of build out my resume and kind of build my name up before I start to expand.
So how did you get into it though? Like, did you just wake up one day and say, I want to be an NBA agent, or like?
Yes and no. I mean, I did play basketball in college, so I kind of grew my love for the game there and knew that I wanted to work in sports, and I did love business and I love sports as well, kind of at the same time. And I always knew kind of I wanted to work in sports and I was going to work in sports. I just didn't know which avenue to take. And the agency business is really like a service, really, and it's a people business. So it's a service business and a people business, and I love to serve and I love to help people out. And I also love to be a part of my different clients' journeys to kind of get to their dreams. I feel like it's an honor that they trust me and believe in me to do that. So I kind of looked at all those factors together and was like, okay, if I do this, I could work in sports. I could technically make the NBA, not talent, but like on the agent side. I could serve, which I love doing, and just work with people all the time. I was like, sign me up, let's get it going. So that's kind of how I got into it.
That's awesome. Do you get a lot of perks from the NBA?
My whole job I consider a perk because I technically get to watch basketball for a living. Yeah. But not really a lot of perks, but it does come with some perks, yeah, for sure.
You've seen a few games, and what's the best stadium that you've been in?
The best stadium. Honestly, I'm a little bit biased. I like Air Canada Center in Toronto, but
there you go.
That's just
biased.
Yeah.
Like one of my I have to do next year is see a Raptors game.
Have to.
I just been like my family's out in Toronto. I've been wanting to, and I just want to plan it out with my sisters and go because it would be so fun.
No, it's like the atmosphere at basketball games is something like no other sport, just because the fans are so close to the action, right? Like you look at football, they're kind of up, like elevated a little bit. Hockey, you got the boards there, but like basketball, you're right on the court with the players. So you're really able to have like interactions and talk with the players, which is different from any other sport. So I think that's why the game is growing so much.
So you've probably met a lot of different players from a lot of different teams.
Yeah, I've met quite a bit of NBA players.
Yeah, and what's it like meeting someone?
I try not to be starstruck, but like sometimes in the moment I'd be like, especially some other guys like LeBron and stuff. I haven't met him, but like I've seen him around and stuff like that, and just be like, wow, like I watched this guy growing up, like idolized him, and now I'm in the same industry as him. So it's it's definitely interesting.
That's gonna be me at Taylor Swift. They're gonna be like bawling my eyes out, like
she got Taylor Swift tickets today.
I did. I'm so lucky. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like I haven't heard of anybody that does a job like you. Like I have not heard of that. You won't hear that in Kelowna. Like I'm an NBA agent. Like that's really cool, and that's like such a huge accomplishment. Sorry. So like good for you, and like your everyday life is probably just like so different and crazy because like you were an athlete. So like do you still keep up with a lot of like the health aspects of life, like the lifestyle like athletes had, because you were one?
Yeah, I mean, I do try to, but I'm crazy busy at the same time. So when I'm home, I'm definitely trying to get in the gym at least like 4 days a week and stay healthy because, I mean, for my age, like my body shouldn't be feeling the way it is. So like, I definitely need to start taking care of it more. But when you're on the road, it's tough because, like, for example, I was just on the road for about 3 weeks. I was in Banff for a little bit for a little conference there. Then I was down in LA. Then I was in Orlando. And I didn't touch the gym once just because I was moving so much around and probably not eating as healthy as I should be, but
Yeah.
that's definitely something I strive to be, especially coming from like being used to be an athlete. It's just kind of something I want to
Yeah.
be better at, I guess.
Well, that's good, to be honest, because like a lot of times people are like, yeah, I do this and this, and they like actually don't. So it's so refreshing to hear, like, you know what, like I'm busy and like I have things going on, but like I'm trying, and you're reflecting on that. So that's good.
Yeah,
I love that.
I'm not
Yeah.
gonna sit up here and just like act like I'm perfect, but a lot of other agents is probably the same situation. Everyone's busy, right? So sometimes you don't got the time, but
Yeah, it's probably like a crazy hectic lifestyle. So my next question is, what city in Canada do you think will be the next one to get an NBA team?
it's got to be Vancouver, I think.
Yes. Didn't we have one?
Yeah, and that's the most disappointing part of it is I think if Vancouver was to get Steve Nash, the franchise probably would still be there just because the Canadians would be able to kind of back that and support that. But
It didn't stay very long.
no,
No,
Like,
we
how
didn't.
long was it here?
I'm not even sure off the top of my head, but it wasn't.
Nick, do you know? Do you remember?
I feel like it was about 6 years.
Yeah. They didn't give it much time for sure, right?
Yeah, not enough time for sure, but like I think now with the game growing and especially with so many different Canadians
With the
league,
Raptors' success, I think that helps.
100%.
Because
The Raptors' success, and you got so many good players now. You got Jamal Murray. He won a championship with Denver last year. And you got Shea playing out in OKC. Like, the game is growing in the country. I feel like it's only a matter of time before we bring a team out
and I
west.
think even with you look at NHL, it got successful in the States because they started winning, right? Because like Canadian teams haven't won for how long? Nick will tell me, like 25 years. How long has it been for?
Since 91.
Since 1991, no Canadian team has won the Stanley Cup, right? But it helped the Americans out though, right? Because they were struggling down there with their fan base.
Yeah,
But winning helps.
100%.
Yeah. So what other sports are you into besides snowboarding and basketball?
So it's funny. I'm not really into snowboarding too much anymore. It's kind of like left a bit of a bad taste in my mouth. But I still got a lot of friends who do it, so I keep up with my friends. But also, I love football. I love watching the NFL. Like Sundays, a great day for me, just because I'm able to sit down and watch football all day. But that's pretty much
Every
about
guy.
it. Yeah, honestly, yeah, pretty stereotypical, but that's
Yeah.
pretty much what I do. So pretty much just football and basketball are the big ones. But I love to golf too. In the
I
summertime.
love the golf.
Yeah, yeah.
We're going golfing if it doesn't rain. We are on
right.
Saturday morning.
There you go.
Yeah. I recently just got into golf. I'm like not the best, but I'm trying. My friends and I have been trying. We love
Yeah.
Orchard Greens. It's our favorite
You know,
place.
the cool thing about golf, not to get too far down the road, but like the cool thing about golf, it's you don't have to be the biggest person. Like you look at a lot of the female golfers right now, very tiny, very very tiny, and just like an amazing like swing, right? This crazy.
Yeah,
So that you don't have to be like John Daly.
100%. Golf is such a good game too because you're able to kind of disconnect a little bit. I feel,
Yeah.
and it's a real mental game too.
Yeah, it's like you and the ball.
100%.
You know what I mean? It's not you and it's not you're not competing against anybody. Well, you are, but you're not. They're not interfering with your game. Right?
Yeah, no one can
Other
kind
than
of get under
chirping
your
you, I
skin.
guess. but-
That's the only thing.
Yeah.
That's why you got to be mentally tough to play the game.
That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah. No, it's a cool game.
Well, yeah. Do you have anything else you'd like to mention?
I mean, thank you guys for having me on here. I really
Yeah.
appreciate it, and yeah, that's pretty much about it.
I know. I'm so excited to have you on. He's my first guest that I got to pick. So yeah, I'm super excited. But yeah, Jim, do you have anything else?
No, I think that's it. Again, like and subscribe, follow us, and we'll have more great guests. And just reach out anytime you want to come back on.
Awesome.
We'll have some highlights from that stuff next time. Maybe have some video.
Yeah, we would love to have you back on for sure.
100%. And my client, his season starts on Friday, so I mean, I could be able to come back on and kind of update. you
Nice.
guys on
Yeah,
what's
does-
going on.
does-
Bring some highlights from them.
Yeah, does he
100%.
ever come to Kelowna? Any of your clients?
So I actually had one of my clients, the dude who's playing down in Orlando right now. We did the pre-draft process up here, so it's like the first ever NBA pre-draft process in Kelowna. So
Wow, no
yeah.
way.
yeah.
Well, maybe we'll have him on. That'd be
yeah,
cool. Yeah.
he loves it out here. So he's from
Yeah.
Michigan, Detroit originally. So
Maybe we'll go golfing.
Yeah, maybe we'll take him golf.
I
Take
don't
it
know-
up
I
to
don't
Big
know if he
White.
can golf, but
There you go.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching Kelowna Now.
Yeah. Have a good night, everybody.